Thank you very much for taking time out to speak to us. Just saw your presentation downstairs and you talked about the shift from proprietary to open systems. I know it's an important development, especially in Amadeus, but also for the travel industry. For those that don't understand what those terms mean and why it's important, can you shed a little bit of light on it for us?
Definitely. So that movement started 16 years ago when we made the decision to decommission our legacy system from IBM Unisys and move into Linux, which is the open system. The reason we did it was for three major trends. The first trend is the cost control. Obviously, when you work within a system that is owned by the community, there's more pressure and and there's more choices available. So natural competition makes it the cost more controllable. The second reason is agility, which is when you have an open system, by definition, it's open. Everybody can see it, everybody can talk to it, everybody can interact with it. So the protocol, the communications, the way you can modify, upgrade, connect are much bigger. And again, in the travel industry, which is a highly connected industry, this has a lot of benefits. And then the third one is just the speed of innovation that this will enable us, because attracting young talent is much easier when you speak about open source system and tell them they're going to work on open source system than when they have to work, telling they have to work on an old 5 years old legacy system. So innovation and speed to market and just the spark that you get when you work on open source is greater.
Sure, no, it's very interesting. And kind of looking beyond OSS or open systems, what other trends, and some of them might be related to open systems, what other trends are kind of taking the industry by storm? I think you talked about cloud computing and there's virtualization, which I know is more on the operations side, but what kind of things are people talking about in the industry right now?
Yeah, no, cloud computing and the grid computing, which is how can I get rid of this paradigm of one application on one server with one database. Now we're talking about 1,000 applications spread across 1,000 or 10,000 of servers, the database spread across those 10,000 of servers as well. So your risk is limited because the single failure of the node doesn't trigger the failure of the entire system. It's easier to manage from again, vulnerability standpoint. So it has a lot of benefits, and of course it's a cheaper machine. But of course the drawback is many combinations that you need to manage. So that's one big trend. Another big trend is big data. Again, mankind creates more data every day than in the past combined 100 years. Yeah. And so the question is, how can I make sense with those data? So, and especially in the travel industry, where you need to combine not only the travel, the price, the origin and destinations, the weather, the patterns, the preference, the seats, and of course the money and the sponsored link and the favored links, it becomes extremely complex. And being able to get an answer to those kind of questions quickly is an important trend in the marketplace.
And I'd guess, Hervé, that that's true for the rail industry as much as it is for airlines or any other mode of transport.
Yeah, it's travel overall. It's travel overall. It is really, I'd like to go somewhere. How can I do that? That's the ultimate question. If I got 500 euros, I like to spend the weekend with my family in a sunny place, close to a hotel where there's a jacuzzi and a way to do some sailing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Where can I do that? And I want the answer in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want the cheapest fares and the most comfortable route to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a huge question. So big data.
And Amadeus is presumably quite well placed to deliver against that. I know we talked about R&D and in terms of investment as a percentage of revenues, Amadeus is really kind of continuing to put money, and not just money but resource and best practice into its development.
Yeah, I think we're the second largest company in Europe in terms of R&D investment, right behind SAP. And it's going to continue because that's what our customer wants. So yes, we're investing a lot in providing staying at the front edge of technology and solution, because the technology has no value if it's not translated into business value for our customers. Yeah. So that's a trend. We'll continue to invest, yes, definitely.